I've had a lot of comments recently about how great, I guess, my eyebrows are looking and questions on what I do to get them to look like this. So I have put together a very quick little tutorial. I've included what I do every day and also the little extra step I do once a month or so to keep them groomed. I don't get them waxed, plucked, no, I do pluck on my own. I don't get them waxed or threaded or anything. The last time I did that was, I think, in September. And so maybe once a year I get them waxed, and then I kind of just maintain the general shape on my own. I have nothing against waxing or threading or anything like that. I just keep forgetting to go get it done. I guess it's just not a priority in my things to do to myself. But if you do it on a regular basis, that's great. So full face of makeup already on, kind of light on the eyes, but I just figured it would look a little easier on the eyes if you didn't have to look at me without any makeup on while I did this. So without further ado, let's go back to the beginning and see how I got these. All right, let's get started. So I do have a full face, pretty much, very light in some regards, makeup, a little bit of eyeshadow, mascara on. Left my eyebrows for last, and normally in the makeup routine, after I put in my foundation, concealer, blush, all the face products, but before I move on to eyeshadow, I would do my eyebrows. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I've moved things around a little bit. So I'm gonna do everything, not just my daily stuff, but stuff that I do, I don't know, once every couple of weeks to a month just to groom the eyebrows. Not everyone has this problem, but my eyebrows grow like the rest of my hair very quickly. I did tweeze a little bit before I got dressed this morning, but that I don't really need to show. Although I do want to talk about the tweezers I use. My favorite tweezers, I'm not even kidding you, I've had these for probably 15 years. They're just basic Maybelline cheap tweezers. I still feel like I work with these the best, but for a few particular stubborn hairs, I did pick up the Tweezerman. I got these in pink. I just thought they were cute. They're the slant-tipped kind, and I picked these up during the VIB sale at Sephora, the 20% off sale. And I like these, but I still reach for the regular tweezers the most. Okay, so let's do the extra grooming bit first. For that, you're gonna need any kind of spoolie. This is one from Sonia Kashuk. There are a million of them out there on the market. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You could even go to Sally Beauty Supply or any beauty supply place and buy the disposable spoolies, which are great to have around anyway. And what I do is, I'm gonna look in my mirror, is I comb my eyebrows down. I'm gonna do this again when I actually fill them in. These are not filled in. There should be some foundation kind of stuck in them, but if you can see here, the general shape, especially in this eyebrow, it's easier to see. The general shape of my eyebrow you can see, and then where the hairs go lower than the general outline of my hair, I take a little scissors. I would get a manicure set. These are actually from a scrapbooking company I used to do scrapbooks with. Creative Memories is what it's called. I no longer do scrapbooks. That was like a new mommy thing. Anyway, so I just go and hold them along the bottom and snip off any hair that's growing past the length of my general outline of my eyebrow. On that side, and then I switch hands. See, like this hair right here is hanging a little lower. Make sure you lower your lids a little bit because you know what you don't want to do? You don't want to accidentally cut off your eyelashes. So here's a little bit of hair. That's gross, but what are you going to do? That's real life. And then you brush it up. Obviously, I would recommend doing this before you do your makeup, but you know, YouTube land, things don't always work exactly as they do in real life. So I don't have a lot that goes up too tall. I have like one or two little bits here and then a little bit right there. So again, I just kind of hold it against the skin and just cut. Mimi is talking to herself in the other room. We don't know what that is about. And when in doubt, you know, do less. Like I just kind of squared that off. I'm probably gonna have to fill that in a little bit. So now let's get to the part where I actually fill in my brows. It's pretty simple. Again, you can use a spool. For the tutorial, I'm using a spoolie, but the product that I like to use comes with one. Anyway, what I do, and I learned this from Lisa Eldridge. I'm not claiming to have come up with this on my own. I will link my original eyebrow tutorial and her much better produced and much better explained tutorial below. And then I take the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It is in, I believe the color is taupe. I know they've changed the name, but it's taupe. Always go a little bit lighter and a little cooler. And then I just start filling in. So I do the top first. I kind of, with light strokes, draw a line. And then here's where things get interesting. It's a little thinner here than I would like. And the hairs grow in kind of funky, so I'd rather just pluck them and draw it in the way I want than work with what's there. So I'm just on the top, drawing in that outline of what I want it to look like. I'm not going into the hairs yet. And then I'll do the same on the other side, kind of start running along the top. I'm basically drawing a cartoon outline of what I want my eyebrows to look like. And we've all heard the saying that they're sisters, not twins. Mine might be stepsisters. I don't know if they're related by blood. But anyway, so it's very thin on this side. I'm gonna take and draw where I want it to be. You know, there's that rule that you go like this, so that's about right. Hold it at an angle like that. That's good. Now we brush up. And we're gonna ignore Mimi, who is playing with toys in the other room and is talking to herself. So now this one's even easier. You just run along the bottom. Not a lot of filling in right here is necessary. And along the bottom here, I personally like an arch that's not so arched. And then again, a little bit longer, wider than it really is. And then you just start filling in the parts that are a little not so filled in. This is the magic 1-2 thing that I do. I use the Benefit Gimme Brow. I use it in the shade Light Medium. I really like this the best. Out of all the brow gels, I like it even better than clear. I feel like clear has its place, but this really just fills in that little extra bit. My brows are not crunchy. This doesn't flake. I've tried the Anastasia version. The color matchup is all wrong. It leaves my brows kind of crunchy and wet looking. I don't love it. Benefit Gimme Brow. This is my second one. And there you have it. There are the brows all done. Let me put my hair down for you. So that's it. That is my everyday, what I do with my eyebrows, what I use to fill them in. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. I am talking about my favorite things from 2014. Some of them are non-beauty related, like accessories. Most of them are beauty related, hair care, skin care, and of course makeup. My favorite